How would you feel if I told you that, oh, by the way, tonight at our party, the three friends will come? And you're like, the three friends? Which three friends? Hi there, and thank you for submitting your report for assessment at IELTS Juice. Let's dive right into it. The rubric here says the graph below, which as you can see is a line chart, shows the production levels of the main kinds of fuel in the UK. Okay, very good. Between 1981 and 2000. So what I'm looking at is the production levels of main fuel sources. There are only three. So three main fuel sources: petroleum, coal, and natural gas. In the location is just the UK. We're not limiting to ourselves to England or Wales. It's the UK, the United Kingdom. And we're also limiting ourselves to a 20-year period from 1981 till 2000. Very good. Yeah, I'm super happy with this. Oh, and there's one thing. These numbers are not percentage points. This one is energy units. So we have some sort of an energy unit here, and we need to define it. So each energy unit here represents the energy you get from 1 million tons of oil. So if you, in an imaginary situation, burn 1 million ton of oil, or tons of oil with British spelling, double N, then you will get this 1 unit of energy. We don't know the exact name of this, and we don't care. IELTS doesn't care. It's probably some weird technical, word. So we don't care about that. But the footnote is important. Footnotes are important. We should not ignore them. Everything IELTS gives us for a reason. There is nothing for free at IELTS. If you see this, you need to reflect that on your report. I always tell my students this. There's no free lunch at IELTS. Everything is definitely given for a reason. So be careful about that. We, of course, are going to summarize the information. We're going to select and report the main features, and whenever it is possible, we're going to make comparisons. I'm ready to read the response now. So let's see. The line graph illustrates how the production of three main fuels in the UK. Now, we don't need the, because this is the first sentence of our report. We cannot rely on the rubric. You see, for task ones and task twos, your responses must be standalone. You must not say, as you can see in the rubric, as you can see in the question, as question suggests. We do not need to make that connection. The question is separate. The question, the rubric, this part must not be in your response as a source or a reference. You just look at it, you just understand what the task is and what the task asks you to write, and then you start writing. Why did I say that? Because when we say a reference to the three main fuels, okay, can I know which main fuels? No. Why? Because this is the very first sentence. How would you feel if I told you that, oh, by the way, tonight at our party, the three friends will come? And you're like, the three friends? Which three friends? Which ones? I mean, who are you talking about? this is my feeling right now. We need to define what the three main fuel sources are. So until we fully say them, we fully define them, we need to wait. And we need to say that, okay, the production of three main fuel sources, namely A, B, C, namely petroleum, natural gas, and coal. All right. In the UK, has changed. Present perfect, really? Present perfect? There is no information about present. There is no information. This video will be uploaded in 2024, I guess. So, I mean, this is the year 2000. It's all in the past, finished in the past. We don't know which one is higher and which one is lower. We don't know. We don't have that information. So this grammar is not just a grammar mistake, it is also a factual mistake, I'm afraid. So this is a very bad mistake. Make sure before you write your reports, make sure you understand what tense, what grammatical tense you are going to use throughout the report. Even if it is needed for you as a reminder, put it, write it, so that every time you even accidentally move and scroll up or down or just check the other side of your paper, if it's a paper IELTS, make sure you your eyes hover around it, hover over it, and you see that, oh, okay. Oh, I was supposed to write only in past simple tense. Understood. So that's consistency. According to the data, it is clear that petroleum was the major kind of fuel produced over the period. I like this. This is a reduced relative clause, this produce. If I can highlight it for some reason. There you go. I was able to finally highlight it. Produced over the period, while coal and natural gas had a lower level of production. Very good. Very, very good. Let's one thing before I continue. So it is clear petroleum was the major kind of fuel source produced. Okay, well, coal and natural gas had a lower. Okay, so we have this organization. We're going to talk about petroleum, which is the major one. Probably we're going to talk like we're going to devote a paragraph to it. And then we're going to have another paragraph. And in the second paragraph, we're going to compare coal and natural gas. So and coal comes first and then natural gas. All right, let's continue. Natural gas level remains steady, around 40 million tons. Why? Natural gas remains steady. Why are we all of a sudden talking about natural gas? We were supposed to talk about petroleum. Natural gas level remains steady, around 40 million tons. This is not going to be a very good way of reporting, because now I'm a bit confused. We were supposed to talk about petroleum first because this was the major one. But we are now talking, and then coal and natural gas, but we are now talking about natural gas. Around 40 million tons from 1981 to 1991, when the level doubled to 80 million tons. Okay, let me take a look at this. 1991. It actually remained steady until 1990. Or maybe you can go even further and say 1989. But I'm okay with 1990, but I'm not okay with 1991. You could say you don't have to report the numbers, only the written numbers. You can say, all right, I calculated these small intervals here. 1986, this is 87, 88, 89, 90. And you can say until 1990. And you should be able to say it here. So I would have changed this from 1981 to 1990, when the level doubled to 80 million tons. By 1996, by 1996, again, you don't have to write it, but in this case, it's fine. Yeah, it is by 1996 is, yeah, it's fine. Then it slightly increased to 100 million tons by 2000. Okay, it's slightly increased by year 2000. Okay. On the contrary, okay, coal production experienced a downward trend over time. Not over time, over the time period that we have. We cannot talk about over time like we're talking about the lifelong of an individual. Although the level was higher than that of natural gas in 1981, around 80 million tons. Okay, yes, around 80 million tons at the beginning. Although the level was higher than that of natural gas in 1981. All right, you could, instead of repeating 1981, you could say at the beginning of the period, around 80 million tons, coal fell to less than 40 million tons by 1984. 1984 is an interesting year. Okay, yes. You can say it sharply declined and hit a trough. You should be familiar with words to describe such actions. It's a huge, sharp, and dramatic decline. Try to copy some of the words I just told you. Like, this is not a downward trend over time. Sounds very gradual. That's not what just happened. Although the level was higher than that of natural gas in 1981, around 80 million tons, coal fell to less than 40 million tons by 1984 before a little growth. Instead of saying before a little growth, you can say it bounced back, or it recovered. It recovered almost half of the decline. A little growth to 60 million tons by 1986. It remained steady until 1989. Fair enough. Good. This time you calculated accurately, and yes, it's until 1989, before falling again to around 40 million tons in 1995. Yes, I'm following you. By 2000, it slightly decreased to less than 40 million tons. You could use one comma here. By 2000, it slightly decreased to less than 40. By less than 40. You could again say you're just above 30. And why do we keep saying million tons? Oh, we shouldn't say these numbers are not million tons. These are 40 energy units. It's 40 energy units. Each unit is the energy from 1 million tons of oil. We are not talking about like coal is not here 80 million tons of coal. It actually is 80 energy units from coal. This energy unit is equal to 1 million tons of oil when the oil gives away energy. So it's not even equal to 1 trillion ton of energy of oil. We're almost finished. Why didn't we describe this fact earlier? We should have already said that. We forgot to explain the footnote. This is bad. We're ignoring valuable information. Yeah, we ignored parts of the visual. We also reported parts of it not accurately. The grammar here, affects that this is not good, and the reporting is not good either. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, that's not good. The interpretation, the understanding of every visual is important. We always say that it takes maybe 2-3 minutes of your time at the beginning of every task just to analyze. Don't write. Don't even start writing immediately. Just look at what you're dealing with and analyze it, plan for it. This to me sounds like we ignored this fact that this, if I can bring this back, yeah, this is not 40, for instance, million tons. This is 40 energy units. Okay, that was a blow. On the other hand, even if petroleum had the highest level overall, it fluctuated over the period. Okay, fair. We're now talking about petroleum and it fluctuated. We don't call this fluctuation, just one, how many times? 2 times it rose and 2 times, or maybe 1 time it fell. It experienced a peak and a trough. It's not fluctuation, but this is a bad choice of word, but it's not an error. You can say fluctuated, but it's not 100% accurate. To some extent, it is acceptable. Over the period, starting from almost 100 million tons in 1981, it significantly increased to around 140 million tons by 1984. There you go, 1985, yes, very good, this part is accurate. Before remaining steady until 1987, then it considerably fell to 100 million tons. Again, this is not accurate. This is 100 energy units. In 1990, after that, the level of petrol, 1990, then after that, the level of petrol rose. Rose is the past form of rise. That's a different verb. Raise is a different verb. And we don't use raise here. Rose again to 140 million tons, wrong, energy units by 1996, remaining quite steady until 2000. Yeah, from 1996, it remained quite steady. Okay, yeah, I can understand. 225 words. Okay. That's a lot of words, but we didn't achieve very much, unfortunately. Let's look at the band descriptors. Yeah. The organization was an issue. We had irrelevant, inappropriate, and inaccurate elements. We didn't compare much. We did summarize, we understood the highlights, but we did not compare very well. There were 1 or 2 instances that we just say on the other hand, or contrary to this, something else happened. We had those elements, but no, I mean, that's not enough. When we say summarizing and making comparisons were relevant, for instance, we are saying this is a turning point. This is a turning point. these turning points should be like an examiner would like to see if you can make comparisons between coal and natural gas in one paragraph and tell them how they are. And these are turning points, and these turning points are highlighted. Like in this year, they were almost the same. Here, like between 1991 and 1992, at one point, they had the same energy production. But from that point on, natural gas continued to rise while coal, well, kept declining, kept going down. And then you can say, yeah, natural gas reached this and coal reached this energy unit numbers. So this would have been a comparison made by a candidate who knows which elements to compare. As I was saying at the beginning, I was hoping we start by talking about the petroleum, and in the end, we talk about the comparison. But we didn't do that. We didn't deliver on that promise. So yeah, that's not good. Not good at all. We had one referencing issue. Yes. As for vocabulary, there is a very good range. The errors are rare. That's a huge plus. Bravo. The problem is, yes, but they are not the words that we're looking for. They don't affect our understanding. We understand, but it's not the best words you can use. So yes, the range is there, but the knowledge over words is not 100% accurate. Grammar is fine, except for that present perfect tense that really. Now this time it really affected communication. So it doesn't go any further than 6. On that note, 5.5 is not an ideal score. This report deserves to get a higher score. But what matters most is organization, spending time before writing to analyze the task, looking at all the information given, knowing that there is no free info at IELTS, finally, making sure that whenever it is possible for us, make comparisons. Anyway, I hope this has helped. I know if you start implementing and continue practicing with feedback, not just simple practice, practicing with feedback, you will be able to improve and get your desired score in task 1 or task 2. Until then, take care.